sure finally Obedi Hoover enya reveal omo believe in him na wetin be Obedi Hoover na mention Dr. Duncan and mention Hammer the last two now Obedi Chechu man am enti how Obedi Hoover narrate story e ba na be continue mamo.
So I want to know, who was that guy for you? Who were those guys for you that
took you to
they
the
put
next
you on and you feel like it bumped you up an extra level and then people began to notice you more?
In my case, I wouldn't put an artist. I think it was Hammer of the last two.
Yeah.
Hammer reached out, which was rare because this is me rapping on Kasahari. And you know those days, that's every rapper's dream.
Yeah.
Is to meet Hammer of the last two. Then I had a call from him and I remember vividly where I was late night around 12-1 coming from Studio Community 4 behind Chemu Secondary. Then I had a call, picked up, said, Sarkodie, and I said, yes. I said, my name is Hammer. I don't know if you know. I'm like, I'm saying like, you don't know if I know you.
Yeah.
Hammer of the last two. And I thought it was like a prank call.
Yeah.
Normally, you would have to go look for these people. Called me and said, can you come to the studio now?
Right, back again. And finally, Sarkodie grantee interview last 2 years on a stay by plan for a stay by plan podcast in a interview. Now during the interview, now your host to me put in the question say, Joey B, can baby say, or Babonti, and I say, or coming up no. I don't know Sarkodie any holding it down, and even put or your free verse at the chain, track title na tonga na track na elevate Joby career from there no Joby's career then as rockety pa economy na obere eka say and I say host no put question the man Sarkodie say na hwan and I say oba bonten hwan na yede enya believe ewo mu currently wetin be Obedi Hoover and Obedi ka say what say man for ka say oh no kwa kese na boa no na we na boa no ba o say oba mo holding it down ye pa no Dr. Duncan and I hammer the last two Sanipa 2 and a who foundation. I say building on from scratch. If we say Kasahari, Dr. Duncan, and holding it down, and from Kasahari and Obedi Hoover, any other farm based second nation. Anna Obedi Hoover, any second nation. And from then, no, and a hammer, a bearing, a bit far, Mountain. From then, and a hammer, a big gloomy Sarkodie. From that hammer studio, and I say hammer the last two record label. And your record label cramp, na group. Iba one form group Hammer, Kwakese, or Cram Tommy David, Edem, and other crew. And Edem track in the blue Sarkodie. Edem track in the blue Sarkodie from then and a baby. Or the feature Mugis in the blue and Baga and the blue. And I'm going to see how Obedi Hoover and narrate a story. Your bar never continue.
To go back, like how did your family and friends, my favorite question, like how did your family take it when you started till now? Like what has their feedback been like? As she has called you, he said dear. Like what was her vibe from the beginning and now?
I think mom was being how regular Ghanaian moms are, you know. And the fact that I think we have this culture where anything entertainment is like seen as and my mom, they used to call it bandsman. It's not musician or artist or rapper. It's bandsman. Bandsman way back apparently those times. Bandsmen be like the useless people in the whole community. So the friends will call say, "Who born be a bandsman?"
Oh, Charlie.
So she had that thing from friends, but I can give it up to my mom because I think there was a year she gave me a chance to prove myself, and I was lucky that was the same year that I started making impact in the music industry. Because I think she wanted me to do the regular stuff that people would expect their children to do, you know, stay in the office and I did graphic designing. So that's where she wanted me to pursue. And she could feel that's not me. It's not my heart, you know. So, but my sisters are my biggest fans. I think the biggest Sac Nation. Right now that we are talking, before I go here, that's my big sister.
They are ready. They've already started.
So she's the second born.
So did they know the lyrics already or they are now learning?
Listen, Sac Nation,
They are the original.
This is the original Sac Nation. So definitely I had a supportive family.
Yeah, that's good.
So I didn't. Mom, of course, I was.
That one,
it's natural.
It's normal.
Yeah, but even her, it wasn't like bad.
It's more of like they're worried for you. That's
exactly,
just what it is.
Exactly.
It's from a good place.
Yes. But I didn't have that whole I don't believe in you and no.
Okay, so I want to ask you. I was going to ask you later, but let me ask you now. When Joey B came on Stay by Plan, he mentioned you as one of his influences, and then one of the people when you came on Tonga.
Yes.
That took his career to the next level. So I'm interested to know, and I'm sure a lot of people will say the same thing. Lots of different artists in Ghana will say the same thing about Sarkodie, that he kind of, him, featuring on my song or me putting me on his song, whatever, took me to the next level. So I want to know, who was that guy for you? Who were those guys for you that
Took you to
they
the next
put you
level.
on, and you feel like it bumped you up an extra level, and then people began to notice you more?
In my case, I wouldn't put an artist. I think it was Hammer of the last two.
Yeah.
Hammer reached out, which was rare because this is me rapping on Kasahari, and those days, that's every rapper's dream.
Yeah.
Is to meet Hammer of the last two. Then I had a call from him, and I remember vividly where I was late night around 12:01, coming from studio Community 4 behind Chemu Secondary. Then I had a call, picked up, said, Sarkodie, and I said yes. I said, my name is Hammer. I don't know if you know. I'm like, I'm saying you don't know if I know you. It's Hammer of the last two. And I thought it was like a prank call.
Yeah.
Normally you would have to go look for these people. Called me and said, can you come to the studio now? That's the same night we did the record you're talking about. I got there, killed it, and then the rest has been history. So I think he put me on that level. But then of course I had people supporting me. So the reason why I do a lot for artists is because that's what I was looking for from the big artists.
Yeah.
Because I knew what that would have changed for me.
you, yeah.
If Obrafo should have just even come and do my intro.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah.
So Dr. Duncan put me on Atom FM for Kasahari.
Yeah.
And that kind of like got me in the streets because I was battling. Did you ever listen? No.
I used to listen, I used to listen to radio all the
So
time.
let me
So
tell
what's
you.
Kasahari?
So let me
I
tell you
know
the story.
Kasahari, bro.
Used to be like
So
different
every
rappers would
Saturday,
come on.
I had somebody to battle, and I was able to kill. Not
Not kill, just
I handle
kill.
them.
Yeah.
So like every Saturday, that's why I built. I think that's where Sack Nation started. So because they used to call in and they had to vote. So I would say Duncan put me on. After Duncan, to get on the mainstream radio to have single is Hammer. Then to get an endorsement was from Obrafo.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say like from scratch. Obrafo just picked that. Obrafo put a stamp because Obrafo, when you say rap in Ghana, it's like that's the name that's like is here. So now when he said him, it was like
which is kind of like what you're doing for some of
Exactly.
the people nowadays.
Exactly.
I feel like people have asked this question before, but out of curiosity, where did the Sarkodie come from?
funny story. Dumb kid thinking, because I saw two or three Sarkodies and they were all rich, and because I was a child, I thought it was the name.
When you see my name as Afisa Sarkodie, don't mind your business. I'm trying to buy my money up.
The only time I had to think twice about it was when I came out. Now I saw a lot of broke. I'm like, thank God I didn't meet you guys. But also, it was the name related to my favorite animal in the world. It's just the eagle,
Okay.
which is Sarkodie. So when you say Sarkodie, and it's like when you're speeding up saying like the eagle to Sarkodie, it sounds like Sarkodie.
Okay.
So that two things is what play part in choosing the name. Nice. And now people with the original Sarkodie surname feel like I'm related to them.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
And
Somebody gave me the best advice. Big shouts to Nana Finn, old veteran. I like talking to the old artists because as much as you think you are winning a BET and they haven't, you think you know more than them.
Yeah.
But they have been everywhere.
Yeah.
If Daddy Lumba stayed in the industry for over how many years? Like the man has 30,
More than
30 albums.
Yeah, he's been there.
So such a person will have one or two things that would help me. So I
Yeah.
like to talk to them a lot. If I get a chance to sit with him, he says stuff that I'm feeling now, and I thought it was a new thing, but it's been there.
Yeah.
You are just new. So what was I even saying? Let me get back. Yes, Nana Finn, and he said it was a show somewhere backstage, and he told me the best advice he wanted to give me is that I should never wait for my fans to grow past me and leave me behind.
Grow with them.
No, you might have to even grow, and they will have to catch up.
Catch up. Okay, yeah.
Because that's the best way you can survive. Because now somebody was listening to you way back when I started. Where were you?
Yeah.
In school.
So you had time. You had time to like. Right now, problems did.
Charlie.
It's true.
So if I don't grow out of that, you're gonna leave me there because this is not the time you want to come and hear punchlines that I said on Adumafe. But people want to be stuck on that, and it's hard to let go because you think you're losing.
You're
No,
losing
no.
some people, yeah.
There will be a new crowd that will cater to that crowd.
Yeah.
So you have to find a way, even if it's not necessarily dumbing it down, but there is something that we expect from you to hear at this point.
Yeah.
Even with some of the love records that I do, I know the target. I know the people who are going to listen to it. There are some people who are not going to get it,
Yeah,
but then
that's fine.
yeah, that's fine too. So it's just run with time and also listening to your instincts and how you feel. That you don't feel like it, so don't force yourself.
Yeah, don't force it.
Sure, it's yes, and I everybody who buy and I will tell a story. No, I say from there I'll build a Sack Nation brand, no, to date, no, Sack Nation, I support now to date you, and who artists need be like or taka say. Or no and a build a Sarkodie no man Sarkodie and I say on the man the opportunity they are able to tell people who and yes sir and it's here or there are breaking it down or mom holding it down from the scratch. A man will be like will be and believe in him no Dr. Duncan and Ahmad the last two. Dr. Duncan any whom dream no then hammer I read every take mountain from there and then yeah better you obedi hoover and see and I the obedi hoover and I will see a story to fake news biana and a baller obedi na mu I breaking it down say we nipa two and holding it down from then no and then we breaking through into the industry into yes and obedi hoover and I will see a story I mean forget it so if you do we are obey like and turn on notification be on subscribe wedding and mind now any update about obedi hoover be drop here in Kenya I will channel hanum na make am say shaka update magnet e available yi pa wetima contact e no man da ho no o contact e de cap na bibia we den e be deliver bibia den e de abro nti e see na e den e tie we are out from company holic e be share all flip side we are out peace.